Alright guys, welcome to my Elimination Chamber after show. We are live, and for a second there I was waiting for the camera to pop up, and then I realized that was all on me, so sorry guys. Alright, thank you so much for joining into the channel. I'm super excited again to be back here doing another pay-per-view roundup, and today I'm talking all things Elimination Chamber, so thank you so much for everyone who has decided to join me today. First and foremost, guys, please use the chat. Here in this stream, you guys are more than welcome to share all your opinions. It doesn't matter if they're wrong, if they're right, whatever. I'm very, very open to hearing people's opinions here on my stream, so make sure to drop them on the chat because it definitely helps me kind of keep the flow of the show going. So yeah, I'm really excited to have you guys on here. So I'm going to get the chat going ready. So for whoever's ready to jump on into the chat, we'll have that going. And let me get my notes up as well. So today I'm not doing my notes on my paper. I'm actually doing them like on my screen. So I think it'll be a lot easier. Really quick, guys, let me give some shout outs. Shout out to D-Train Riot Maker who's on the stream. What up, D-Train? And then we also have Noe Lara who says hello. Hello, Noe. Thank you so much for also coming into the channel. I'm super excited that people are in here as always. As you guys come in, drop your name. Also, if you're watching the replay of this, you guys can still let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. So even if you missed out on all of the chat action, it's totally okay. Guys, so before I start with my Elimination Chamber review, I need to take this moment to sort of give you guys a very, very quick life update. So in case you guys haven't noticed, I haven't uploaded anything on YouTube for about a few days now. I think it's been a week. And the reason for that being is that somebody broke my camera, guys. Well, not my actual camera, but the lens. I was at a show. I was actually at Lucha Vavoom. I was about to get some killer interviews for everyone. And there was a girl, she didn't see my camera, and I think she was a little drunk. And she totally crashed into it. Dropped the tripod, dropped the camera just hit the floor, and bam, it broke. And I didn't realize that it broke until afterwards. So because of that, I haven't been able to put up a new video in about a week. I already ordered the new lens, and it's going to be here between the 21st and the 26th. So just a quick live update, guys. That will be coming shortly. Let's see. Anyways, but we have lots to go on and more people are coming in. So on to a more exciting note, let's talk about Elimination Chamber. All right, so first of all, guys, before I get into the main card of the show, I just kind of want to say that overall, I personally thought the show was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't the bestest. But the main event was really, really good, especially when it came down to the final two, Daniel Bryan and Kofi Kingston. It was absolutely incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and just say it. The men's Elimination Chamber match saved this show because other than that, there was nothing to me personally that really, really made me go, oh my god, this was great, you know? So I don't know how you guys felt about that, but go ahead and drop some comments below on what your overall thoughts of the show were, and then we'll sort of break it down and go into each match. So yeah. The Spirit of Botan says, someone broke into your car, now they broke your camera, stop it world, please. Yes, oh my gosh, that's exactly what I was thinking. You don't even know. Okay, so like, guys, I'm only saying this on camera because, you know, you guys are here, you guys are following me, but literally my camera breaking was the cherry on top, guys. I did not take it very well. Let's just leave it at that. I didn't take it very well. I was very devastated. Anyways, D-Train agrees with me. He says that, yes, the main event made the show worth it. Totally. Oh my gosh, totally. All right, but let's go ahead and take it from the top, guys. Let's start at match number 1, and let's go ahead and pull it up. So match number 1, the show actually opened up with the women's tag team Elimination Chamber match to crown the first ever women's champions here in WWE. The teams, of course, were Carmella and Naomi. The Riot Squad, Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. The Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. Tamina and Nia Jax. Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose, Sasha Banks and Bayley. And as you guys know, so basically, Let me go ahead and, hold on guys, I'm going to remove the image. Give me 1 second. Okay. So this match to me, honestly guys, it was okay. There was quite a few good moments in this match. I wouldn't say it was the greatest, mainly because, to tell you guys the truth, I'm not a real big fan of the tag team elimination chamber matches. I just feel like with so many people, things get a little bit clustered, so I wasn't too crazy about that fact alone. But let's go into this match. Basically, the crowd was very into this match. I thought that the Iconics were, besides Naomi and Carmella, I thought that the Iconics actually really held their own in this match, and they actually made me a fan here tonight. I thought that they did a really good job. After the Iconics came in, I felt like there was too many people in the ring, and that's when it really got clustered, and that's when I go ahead and say that I'm not a big fan of the tag team elimination chamber matches. I don't know how you guys feel. There's only been like, what, 2 now, and they're just a little bit too clustered for me. Really quick, guys, shout out to Lydia Gaming, who just got here. What's up, Lydia? And to St. Clair, thank you so much for also coming in. And yes, you're right, St. Clair, about the first ever women's champions. I'm just gonna use air quotations on that, but it's okay. So yeah, basically, I thought that the Iconics did very well, but I do think that the match got a lot better and definitely picked up when Naomi and Carmella came in. And even though they weren't in there for a very long time, as you guys may know, I thought that they did a very good job. I think from the point on when Carmella and Naomi came in, a lot of the girls started sort of doing like their own spots. It was just basically like spot after spot after spot, kind of letting every girl get their moment in. So I don't know what you guys thought about that. Let me know if you guys thought, who you thought the highlights of this match were. To me, the highlights were the Iconics, which was surprising for me personally, but they did very well, and Naomi and Carmella. And one of the people that I also want to say stood out a little bit more to me, I want to say that Sonya Deville stood out a little bit more to me in this match than in her other matches. I thought she came in very aggressive in this match. She had a very aggressive knee. She had a very aggressive spear. I thought she actually did really well, and I do want to point out that I love the outfits. I know I'm going to say it, but they were really nice. D-Train says, I'm just glad Tamina and Nia didn't win. I kind of agree with you on that one, actually. I think that would have been like no buys at all. So yeah. I think we kind of knew going in that Bayley and Sasha were going to win, just because I kind of felt that they, not even like, oh, they deserve it. It's more of they've done a lot more, accomplished a lot more than maybe some of the other girls. So when it comes to giving them the bout first, I think that's why, you know, that sort of put them on the top of the list to get the bout. Let's see. What did you guys think about Sasha and Bayley winning this? I feel like I had something else to add. Okay, yes, actually, guys, okay. So, I did have a big issue with this match. Not a big issue, but it did kind of bother me. So, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but the first 3 eliminations, which were Carmella and Naomi, were the first ones to get eliminated. Then the Iconics were the second ones to get eliminated. I want to say that the first 3 eliminations were a little bit not, how can I say this? So, with the first 3 eliminations, if you notice, both team members got pinned. I kind of wish that they switched it up a little bit, and maybe they had the first one that both girls get pinned. The second one of the partner gets pinned. The third one, maybe again another one of the partner gets pinned. I know it kind of worked into the finish, but I would have liked to see it a little bit changed up and a little bit different, because I kind of felt that with both team members getting pinned, it kind of made it look a little bit predictable and a little bit choreographed. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really enjoy that aspect, but it did kind of work out in the end. I did like the finish to this match. It wasn't the smoothest match, but again, like I said, when there's so many people in there, who knows? It just, things get a little bit different. The crowd did pop huge for Nia when she went right through that pod. That was fun. We always know that the big person in the match sort of gets run through and goes into the pod. I think Braun Strowman did it last time. So this match actually went 33 minutes, and Sasha and Bayley became the first women's tag team champions. And at the end, they had an in-ring interview. Sasha was crying. And it was really nice, actually. I got very touched when they said that, when Sasha started getting very emotional. I couldn't help it. Even I got a little emotional, but hey, whatever. Let's see what you guys are saying, though. The Spirit of Botan says, Sonya Deville was surprisingly great. Hopefully she gets a build-up to a title match at Fastlane, maybe. You know what? She's gotten better. I will say that. And they did say that she's going to be on Total Divas now. So I kind of feel that if she's going to start shining, now would be the time to do so. So for her to kind of start building herself up, because she is going to be on Total Divas. And I feel like she might want to have that little extra boost, I guess you can say. D-Train says, at least it wasn't a train wreck, just a hard match to have with all those wrestlers in the ring. Yeah, there was a few, messed up moments. That's fine, whatever. It didn't take away from the match. Overall, it was a decent Elimination Chamber match. So that was that, guys. But feel free to let me know what you guys thought overall of this match. And if you guys are watching the replay, do drop your comments below and let me know what you guys thought about the Women's Tag Team Elimination Chamber match. But now we're going to go ahead and move on to match numero 2. All right, here we go. Match number 2, we have the Usos versus Shane and The Miz for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Guys, I don't know how you guys felt, but every time there's a big match, you kind of get a little exhausted afterwards. And even though it was like literally the second match, I kind of didn't have as high of interest as I normally do, going into the second match. But already I was kind of a little bit distracted, mainly because I was still sort of going over what happened with the Women's Elimination Chamber. But overall, I've mentioned before on our last pay-per-view show that I do really like really do like Shane and The Miz as a tag team. So I think that today their match against the Usos was good. It was a nice match. It was fun. I thought that they're a really fun tag team. I do like seeing them work together and seeing them go up against the Usos, who are like really good. It was a nice match, guys. It wasn't bad at all. It was fun. I enjoyed myself. I liked watching it. Before though, we should say this. So prior to the match, The Miz came out and he brought out his wife, Maryse, who, as you know, they literally just had a baby. But they announced that they're actually having another baby, which was super sweet, guys. I had a feeling that they were going to announce that once she came out. But at the same time, I didn't really think it. But then I thought it. Whatever. So congratulations to them, really. When the Usos won, I was a little surprised. I thought that The Miz and Shane would have a little bit longer to hold the belts. But then again, you can sort of see that, there's still, 49 days, they said, to WrestleMania, 7 weeks or so. They still have a lot of time, but I do think it's going to be Shane versus The Miz at WrestleMania. That should be Shane's main WrestleMania match. So I do see that coming down the line, and with them losing the bouts tonight, it's even clearer that that may be Shane's match going into WrestleMania. As for the Usos, it was funny because prior to them actually winning the bouts, I was actually having the conversation with my boyfriend. I was like, dude, they're totally going to be good. They would be good. They would be some of the people that would benefit from going to AEW, simply for the fact that they're a tag team and that, as we know, AEW is wants to build up their tag team division and make it something really special. And, for a while, I think last year or so, everybody was talking about how the Usos are one of the greatest tag teams, whatever, if not the greatest tag team out there. And lately, in the past few months, nobody has been saying that. We're either talking about the Young Bucks or we're talking about LAX. So I kind of feel that the Usos have been forgotten in that sense, in that regard, when you're talking about one of the top tag teams. So I think that the Usos, I was telling that to my boyfriend. I was like, dude, I think the Usos would be good in AEW simply for the fact that they would have this competition, that they would have the Lucha Brothers and the Young Bucks, whatever. So then they won, and then I thought to myself, okay, well, they're not going anywhere now because now they have the tag team titles. So there you go. Take it or leave it however you want it, but it seems to be working out perfectly fine for them. Anybody have any thoughts on the Usos versus Shane and The Miz, or any thoughts on the Usos being tag team champions, or Shane McMahon's possible match with The Miz at WrestleMania? Let me know. Let's see. Okay, D-Train says, the one thing I have to say is Shane always does the same big moves on the PPVs. It kind of kills it a little. I think that it doesn't kill it. I don't think it does. I think that it's expected now. Like, everybody expects Shane to do something crazy. I mean, he's not going to do something super crazy on every pay-per-view. You know, he's going to save that for the big shows, obviously, like WrestleMania, where he's going to jump off a cage, or the Hell in the Cell like he did last time. I think now we just expect him to go through a table, and going through a table now is, I guess, not as crazy as going through a table from the top of the Hell in the Cell. So, I think it was fine. It didn't bug me at all. It's Shane McMahon, you know, might as well. Like, we already all expect that from him, you know? So, yeah. Alrighty, moving on, guys. Match number 3. Here we go. Match number 3. Let me pull up my graphic. I can't leave the graphics. Alright, match number 3, guys, was Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title in a handicap match. Guys, I'm just going to go out and say it. To be honest, I had zero interest in this match, personally. I like every single guy in this match, respectively, but I was just not feeling this match whatsoever, guys. I'm sorry, I just wasn't feeling it. I wasn't hyped for it. It was just kind of there for me. A few thoughts on this match. I wasn't crazy about the fact that Bobby Lashley, considering how big Bobby Lashley is and considering his physique, that he is in a handicap match when he is the one with all the advantage in the world. It should be the other way around, you know? And it sucks that Lio Rush is like such an incredible talent. He's such an amazing talent, but with him being in this match as well, it's sort of, he gets typecasted, you know, as the little manager. You don't really see him as a wrestler because of the way that he is positioned in this match. You know, I don't mind them being together, but I do kind of want to see them obviously in different matches. Not necessarily Lio Rush being his partner in a handicap match, because Bobby Lashley doesn't need it. The guy is huge. So that was, for me, like, whatever. For Finn, honestly, I'm just happy to see him on the card. And as for Finn Balor, he is now the new Intercontinental champion. He pins Lio Rush. I think that definitely there's going to be obviously a rematch between Finn Balor and Bobby Lashley, because since Bobby Lashley didn't get pinned, he sort of has Lio Rush to blame and sort of get himself into another rematch. Like I said, we still have a few more weeks until WrestleMania, so I don't think that this is going to drag all the way until WrestleMania. We're definitely going to be seeing Finn Balor go up against somebody else. I don't know who, so if you guys have any thoughts or any ideas or anybody that you'd like to see Finn Balor face at WrestleMania for the IC title, let me know in the comments below. I think I'm happy that Finn Balor also won this match, because I feel that he has more of an opportunity, or I feel like he can have better matches with other guys, with more guys, with a greater scope of guys than maybe Bobby Lashley can. That's not saying anything bad about Bobby Lashley. It's just like different, I don't know, different levels, different matches. I just would be a little bit more interested in Finn. So yay for him getting this bout. Let's keep getting Finn back up there. So yeah, what do you guys think, guys? D. McElroy says Finn is boring now. Dude, but that's because of how he's been booked. I mean, honestly, it wasn't until last month when he had his match with Brock Lesnar that Finn Balor sort of came back up on that radar. You know, it's like everybody kind of forgot that he was good. Everybody forgot that he was exciting, that he could put on a good match. And, you know, I'm happy that once he had his match with Brock Lesnar, it was a very nice reminder. And now him getting the Intercontinental title, I really, really hope that it opens up some doors for some hot segments, hot programs for him and somebody else. What else? D-Train says, I'm shocked but glad Finn won, but yeah, this match was just eh. Yeah, it really was, unfortunately, because all those guys are incredibly talented. It just didn't all fall back together, you know, like we wanted to, I guess you can say. And what else, guys? Okay. Oh, yes, I had an idea, okay? So I actually, while I was thinking about who Finn Balor should face at WrestleMania, I was thinking, why not have this match be a multi-man ladder match for the Intercontinental title? As we know, there's always one every year at every WrestleMania, so might as well, maybe this could be it, guys. I don't know. It'd be fun, so we'll see. That's just sort of my prediction for WrestleMania. So we'll see what's going to happen. I think it could either go two ways. Finn Balor will have some sort of open challenge and somebody else will come out and maybe they'll feud up into WrestleMania, or they can do the multi-man ladder match for the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania. So we'll see what happens there. The Spirit of Botan says, no, Finn is great. His booking is the problem. LOL. Yes, that's what I said. He goes, glad he's IC champ, more opportunities and bigger matches, finally. Yes, exactly. I mean, hopefully finally, though. I don't want to speak too soon, Botan, because there's been quite a few times where we thought that maybe Finn Balor's time was finally up, and then it wasn't. But dude, that guy should be rewarded, man. He had an incredible match with Brock Lesnar. I said this on our last show. Clearly, Brock Lesnar is a fan of Finn Balor, so why not, keep pushing a guy like this? So much potential, and the fans love him. So there you go. All right, moving on, guys. We are moving on to match number 4. So match number 4 was Ruby Riott versus Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's title. Prior to this match, Charlotte did an in-ring interview with Charlie, and so she kind of just sat down outside during the match in a chair and watched it. So, guys, first of all, before we get into what I thought about this match, I do want to point out that Ronda came out as her Mortal Kombat character, Sonya Blade, which she is voicing for a video game. She also did wear her hair differently, which, by the way, I'm just going to throw this out there. I love Ronda's hair, the way she wore it today. Okay, I just like it a whole lot more than the whole braid thing, all right? I like the, the silkiness, whatever. I was a fan of her look for the day. There was obviously, we won Becky chance at the top of the show. But when it came down to this match, guys, was exactly what it needed to be. I saw a lot of people really angry on social media after this match saying like, oh, how could they do this to Ruby Riott, blah, 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 blah. Guys, this match did not ruin Ruby Riott, okay? Ronda Rousey is a heel. She did heelless things. She came out, she looked great in this match. She was aggressive, and she ended the match quickly. Why? Because she's Ronda Rousey, and she's gonna, most likely be in the main event of WrestleMania. So, obviously, she's gonna come out and essentially destroy Ruby Riott. But this does not hurt Ruby Riott, guys. Like, I don't see it as something that's hurting Ruby Riott. Like, if anything, she was in a match with Ronda Rousey, good for her. So, I think that's my personal opinion. I thought this match was exactly what it needed to be. What did you guys think about this match? And basically, because I know some people were mad about Ruby Riott's treatment of this match. Were you one of them? Let me know. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Let's see. Okay, D. Alroy says, this match was sad for Ruby. She deserves an honest shot. Yeah, but this wasn't the moment, though. This isn't it yet. It's not her time. Just because it wasn't her time right now doesn't mean it won't be her time later on. It just wasn't right now. This match was literally just to showcase Ronda as a killer, especially when she's doing it right in front of Charlotte, and she's on her way to main eventing WrestleMania against the man who is clearly, like, the biggest deal right now. What else? Okay, Botan says, I totally missed the entire Ruby versus Ronda match. Yeah, you did. If you blinked, you missed it. Saint Sinclair says, Ronda looked like Jenna Jackson from Rhythm Nation. I did not get that at all, but I don't remember what Jenna Jackson looked like in Rhythm Nation. Post-match, guys. A lot of interesting stuff happened in the post-match of this match. At the end, Becky came in from the crowd with her crutches. All three girls were in the ring, Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte. Becky attacked Charlotte with the crutches. It was unexpected. Charlotte didn't see it coming. And then so then she started hitting Charlotte with the crutches. Over and over, Ronda was just standing there. And in the end, it kind of looks like Becky's sort of trying to convince Ronda to do the same thing to Charlotte. And Ronda kind of didn't look so smart in this moment, guys. She didn't look too bright on this moment, just for the fact that she turned her back on Becky Lynch, and then Becky Lynch attacks her too with the crutches. I was kind of like, why would you do that, Ronda? Why, Ronda? Why? But whatever, it worked out because it got the point across that, you know, obviously Becky Lynch was going to come out and sort of wreak havoc. One of the things that everyone was obviously talking about was the fact that, you know, that the security guards took forever to come out. This is a suspended Becky Lynch. She's not supposed to be in the ring, and yet there is nobody here stopping her. And obviously commentary posted that out, but I mean, if you actually wanted this to happen, then, you know, the security guards being there wouldn't have allowed that to happen. So it goes both ways. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Sorry, Sinclair. I said sorry, Saint Sinclair. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, my bad. You are definitely right. That was my mistake. It was just like a brain fart. What's up, Fizzy Bubbles? Hi. Thank you so much for coming onto the stream. Where was I at, guys? Oh, yes. Okay, so also after this match, Becky then went on Twitter and she basically, I don't know how many of you guys saw her tweet. She wrote she wrote at Vince McMahon, and then in the bottom she included a gif of herself saying "screw you." So she's really pulling out all the stops, guys. So good for Becky. This was fun, an interesting segment. So let me know what you guys thought of the post-match moments between Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky. Okay, D. McElroy has some thoughts. He says, Becky is the main event. Charlotte needs to go after the SmackDown Women's title. Where was Asuka? Alright, there you go. Well, look, obviously certain people want this to obviously just be Becky and Ronda, and some people do want Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte. I was having this conversation with my boyfriend as well. I told him that I felt, honestly, an honest opinion, that Charlotte deserves more credit for what she has been doing, because week after week she goes out there and she has these killer promos. Let's not forget her amazing match with Becky. And I feel that if she had, let's just say, hypothetically, that Charlotte and Ronda Rousey had the same star power. Let's just pretend, hypothetically. If they had the same star power and they were doing the exact same things they're doing right now on television, I would personally be more excited about Charlotte versus Becky than Ronda versus Becky. But because that is not the case, because Ronda obviously is the one with the huge, immense star power, that is why it definitely, obviously, is going to be Ronda. But I don't necessarily think that we should just totally push aside Charlotte, because I think she's been doing an amazing job. And I think if this was a different situation, I think she should definitely be in the main event of WrestleMania. So yeah, that's just my thoughts on her and the whole situation. But I do think that a match is hotter when it's one person versus a triple threat match. So I don't know, guys. It goes either way. To be honest, I'm that person that's gonna be happy with whatever happens. I'm gonna be happy if it's Becky versus Ronda, or if it's Becky versus Ronda versus Charlotte. Like, either way, I know it's gonna be a great match, so I'm not even worried about that. But I know a lot of people are. But let's see what else you guys are saying. Where was I at? Okay, D-Train says, yeah, Becky literally just walked from the crowd to the ring, not being stopped, and she said on Twitter, beat down, biatch? Okay, LOL. Bhutan says, really wondering how they put, or if they have put Becky in the match. I see no way out of this booking right now. No, they've included Charlotte too much. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a three-way. D. McElroy says, I wanted Asuka versus Ronda. Dude, that would have been sick, okay? But the fact is that when Asuka's streak got killed at last year's WrestleMania, it sort of kind of ruined that. You know, because at that point, once Asuka lost her streak to Charlotte, everyone thought, okay, it's going to be Charlotte versus Ronda. But then Becky came along out of nowhere. So it's kind of like, it's weird, guys. It's weird. I don't know. But yes, let's not forget about Asuka, guys. But I just feel like they haven't been doing as much as they possibly could with Asuka. There's so much more potential with her, guys. So much more. DJ says, well, if they make it a three-way, it better be elimination, or got a feeling Charlotte will take the fall and Ronda won't officially get pinned. You know what? I don't know. Would I prefer elimination or not elimination? I'm not too sure what I would prefer, actually. I'd have to think about it for a second. Because if it's not elimination, If it's not, because if it's elimination, then they'll definitely team up against each other. But if it's not elimination, then there's always going to be that one person to try and stop that match. So I'm going to say no elimination. I want it to be just one pinfall. That's it. Match over. Whoever wins, wins. All right, but let me know what you guys think about that. All right, so there we go. It's funny, we can, seriously, guys, this is the year for the women to be the main event, simply for the fact that we can go on and on talking about Becky, Ronda, and Charlotte because they're the hottest thing right now on the roster. I know that most people, at least this is how I feel, I'm more excited about seeing Becky and Ronda and Charlotte than I am about anybody else on the roster for WrestleMania, and that's including the men. Heck, that's including Brock Lesnar. So that should definitely say something. Like, if this is the year, if they ever want to have a women's main event, this is definitely the year because it's the hottest thing right now going on. So yeah, that's just my opinion. All right, but we're moving on, guys. We are now on match number 5. All right, pull up my graphic. Here we go. Guys, all right, I'm just going to be honest here. I had zero interest in this match, guys. Zero interest. By the way, hello, Alejandra. Alejandra says, I can't believe Sasha and Bailey won. Yes, it was such a sweet moment we actually talked about earlier on the show, but it was super sweet, excuse me. Okay, so match number 5, guys. Oh my god. The no disqualification match between Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman. This feud has literally been going on forever, and I still have zero interest. Guys, it was just a match. It was just there. Drew McIntyre came out. He sort of distracted Braun Strowman. Then Bobby Lashley came from behind, hit him with the chair, and then they both started hitting him with the chair. And then, okay, so then afterwards they ended up they all attacked Braun Strowman. They ended up putting Braun Strowman through 2 tables, and Corbin got the win. That was it, guys. I don't know what to tell you. If you guys had an interest in this match, please let me know, because clearly mine wasn't there. I was just kind of like, okay, yeah, whatever. But it's okay, whatever. I don't know. So what are we thinking here? I wrote down that I was possibly thinking maybe a 6-man main event at WrestleMania or even at Fastlane. I don't know. And then I made a joke on Twitter that maybe Nicholas should be Braun Strowman's partner, or should have came out to help Braun Strowman. Hey, it's almost going to be, guys, at WrestleMania, it's almost going to be a year since the world was introduced to Nicholas. So there you go. Let's see. Okay, Botan says, I had no interest in Corbin versus Braun. Sorry, LOL, don't be, I agreed. But I don't think I'll ever get tired of Baron as a heel. Yeah, well, I can't see Baron as a face. I'm sorry, I really can't. To me, he's like permanently a heel. D-Train says, the match wasn't needed at all. They could have done this on Raw. Exactly. But then again, considering how short this pay-per-view, oops, I totally spit. Sorry, guys. Disgusting. Sorry. Okay. Where was I at? Okay. So, yeah, granted, maybe they could have put a different match in there, but considering that this show is actually kind of short, it was so weird. I had this stream scheduled for 9 o'clock, and then I was already ready to do this show like literally an hour and a half prior to 9 o'clock. So I was expecting it to go a lot longer, and it didn't. So definitely, we didn't need it, but we needed the match. All right. D. Alroy says, Corbin, McIntyre, and Lashley low-key could be the new dogs of war. That's funny. Alejandro wrote, ugh, I hate how they triple team Braun. Yeah, you know, it did nothing for me, guys. Like, it's funny because I love Drew McIntyre. And I don't want to see, I've said this on the podcast, or on the stream before, I don't want to see Drew McIntyre thrown in there with a bunch of guys. I want to see this guy in a program where it's him versus somebody else. I don't know who. But I just want to see him in a program where the focus is more on him. But that's just me. Mainly because I just think that there could be a lot more potential. But granted, obviously, he's really just made his return. So there's plenty of time for that. So I'm probably just getting ahead of myself. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on that one. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, before we move on, so before the men's chamber, there was a really weird moment that occurred when Lacey Evans, of all people, came out. She strutted, she walked, she looked sexy, the whole deal. And then she turned around and she walked back in. Whoa, I spit again. Sorry. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. What the heck happened with that, guys? I don't know. It was so weird. What did you think about that? I didn't expect it. It was so random. It was kind of like that one random moment where that one production assistant just walked in on Alexa Bliss and she was in her towel and then it had millions of views on YouTube. This was like as random as that. I thought maybe she was going to come out and she was going to do something. For a second, I even thought that because the show was running so fast, I thought that maybe they were going to throw in like an impromptu match or something. Or I thought, oh, maybe she's going to come out and do a promo. I don't know. I just wasn't expecting that. Botan says, Lacey Evans, arrive, strut, leave. There you go. And then I think on Twitter, they just kind of put like, oh, you guys just got a taste of classy with Lacey Evans. That was it. So maybe it was all for a Twitter post. I don't know. All right, but moving on, I'm sure more people will have more opinions about that later. All right, guys, the main event, the match that literally saved the entire pay-per-view, guys. Kofi Kingston versus Jeff Hardy versus Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles versus Randy Orton versus Samoa Joe in the men's elimination chamber for the WWE Championship. Wow, okay. Guys, I don't recall being this excited for a match in a very long time. No, that's not right. Okay, let's just say this match was really, really good, and it was so fun, and I honestly, like, I really enjoyed myself. So let me kind of just go through this match. So the first two people in were Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan. I loved that. First of all, I'm a huge fan of both Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan. I'm a huge fan of their stuff from the past, you know, for a lot of their indie work. So I love that when they came out, they basically had a lot of stiff shots. Like literally, Samoa Joe gave all these chops to Daniel Bryan, where towards the end of the match, like literally Daniel Bryan was like pink and stuff. That was really good. I really loved everything that Daniel Bryan and Samoa Joe did. I thought they started off the chamber match very well. The third entrant to this match was Kofi Kingston, who recently replaced Mustafa Ali in this match, which in the end, guys, literally became the star of the match. But before we get to that, here are some of the moments that I enjoyed. So some of the moments I enjoyed included Kofi and Bryan on top of the chamber. And then, so they kind of went up to the chamber, and they were sort of just kind of like walking and hitting each other. I wrote this down because I thought it looked cool on TV. I thought it looked pretty interesting. But there was a moment where Kofi sort of did like I don't know if you want to call it like a trust fall, where he literally falls onto Bryan and Joe just like in slow motion. That was really fun. But up to the point where AJ Styles got into the match, I thought that Samoa Joe was actually the highlight of the first portion of this match because he did a lot of really good stuff in there. But then the fourth entrance was AJ Styles. And by the way, AJ Styles was wearing blue boots today. It was funny because I didn't really realize it. He came out and I was like, man, his legs look skinnier. What is that? And then my boyfriend was like, Denise, he's wearing blue boots. And I was like, oh man, he's wearing blue boots. And then it just clicked. And I was like, all right, there you go. But I just wanted to throw that in there because it kind of tripped me out for a second. But I really liked it. A cool moment with AJ Styles when Daniel Bryan was on top of the chamber, just kind of like holding on. And then AJ Styles comes with the phenomenal forearm. That was pretty cool. Samoa Joe got eliminated by AJ Styles. I was kind of bummed to see Samoa Joe go, to be honest, just because he was one of my favorites, and I kind of wanted to see him continue on. I didn't think he was going to win, obviously, but still, maybe I would have liked to see him go longer, but it ended up working out either way. I can't complain. The fifth entrant into the chamber was Jeff Hardy. One of the cool spots for Jeff Hardy was he hit a swanton bomb from the top of the pod onto AJ Styles, who, get this, was not on the mat. He was actually laid on his stomach on the top of the third turnbuckle. So he wasn't even on his back on the top of the third turnbuckle. He was on his stomach. So literally Jeff Hardy landed the swanton bomb on him while he was in that position in that spot of the ring. So that was pretty new. That was fun. Then right after that, Daniel Bryan eliminated Jeff Hardy. And then we had the sixth and final entrance, who was Randy Orton. Randy Orton eliminated AJ Styles, by the way, which I'm assuming is going to be their WrestleMania match, AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. It kind of looks like that's definitely what they're building towards. And tonight was kind of a, I guess you can say, maybe a for sure that it might be happening. Not a for sure. For sure is too strong of a word. But more of an assumption, I guess you can say. More proof towards my assumption or towards this theory. And then after that, where was I at? Okay, so Randy eliminated AJ Styles. And then Kofi Kingston eliminated Randy Orton. And this is where the match... Okay, so when Kofi Kingston eliminated Randy Orton, I didn't see it coming. I was like, oh man, he got himself a big fish. He eliminated Randy Orton, you know. Randy Orton is a big deal. So to have Kofi Kingston eliminate him, that was a start to probably Kofi Kingston's like career highlight moment in the company. It was a surprise, and the crowd absolutely loved it, guys. And when I mean loved it, I mean loved it. Like, I have a terrible memory, but I can't recall the last time that the crowd was so hyped about somebody the way they were for Kofi today. The final two were Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan. This was really fun. They essentially went back and forth between kicks between them, and then they sort of went back and forth on a lot of stuff. There was some fun moments where they were on top of the pod, and Kofi Kingston was like banging Daniel Bryan's head on the plastic clear thing. I'm not sure what it is. The thing on top of the pod. And then afterwards, Daniel Bryan gets him and does the same thing. And then afterwards, he does a splash from the top of the pod onto AJ Styles on the mat. That was a lot of fun. And then towards the end of the match, Daniel gives him a kick to the face and wins the match to retain his belt. Obviously, you knew that Daniel Bryan was going to retain his belt, but there was a few moments where a lot of people in the audience popped and thought that in those near falls, that in those moments that Kofi Kingston actually was going to have an opportunity to maybe win this match. So honestly, guys, like, this was a career highlight for him. They made the show tonight, and I think that everybody going home, that's what they were going to be talking about. At the end, he got a standing ovation and a lot of thank you Kofi chants, which was definitely well deserved. So yeah, woo! That was my rundown for the men's chamber. Guys, drop your comments. What did you think about this match? What did you think about Kofi Kingston's moment? Who was some standouts for you? As I mentioned, mine were Samoa Joe at the top of the match, then AJ, then obviously Kofi. So what did you guys think? Let's see. All right. D-Train says, yes, this match saves the show. They should have let Kofi win even if he lost it at the next pay-per-view, but I hope they have a match at Fastlane. No, I think the fact that he didn't win was perfect because I feel like it wasn't his time. If he ever is going to get an opportunity, it still wasn't it, because there's still obviously a lot more for Daniel Bryan to do. And I'm not necessarily a fan, personally, of someone being the champion and then losing the bout right away and then getting the bout and then changing the bout. I like people to have exciting matches, close call matches, but still hold the bout for a very, very long time. Because I hate I personally hate short title runs. I like long runs where you think, oh man, you know, because to me, a champion is supposed to defend his title up against the top people, and every time he wins, it's like a oh my god, like, he won again. He really deserves to be the champion because he almost lost it for a quick second, but he didn't. And personally, that's why I like long reigns. D. McElroy says Orton and Joe need to happen. Yes, well, also Orton and AJ Styles, because they haven't had that moment yet. And let's see, I said there's so many more matches for Samoa Joe, guys. There's so many people that I would love to see Samoa Joe again. So I'm not even opposed to that thought, D. McElroy. Where was I at? D-Train says the place would have blown off the roof if he had won. Kofi Kingston. Marcus Ryan wrote New Day versus Bryan, Harper, and Rowan at Fastlane. Then Kofi versus Bryan at Mania. That wouldn't be too bad, considering the fact that Kofi has certainly proven himself. That wouldn't be necessarily too bad at all. The Spirit of Baton wrote, Kofi stole the whole match. would love Kofi versus Daniels at Mania. I don't see anything else for Daniels, and I don't want to see AJ in the title picture again. I'm sorry, don't crucify me for that. Dude, no, I don't crucify anybody here for opinions. First of all, everyone's allowed to have an opinion, because if I'm allowed to have an opinion, y'all are allowed to have an opinion. So no, I you know, it's more of, I don't mind. See what you're saying. St. Clair wrote, Kofi, ever since I started training last year, I wanted to be similar to him. Why not? The guy's incredible. And I think a lot of people kind of forgot that because he's been in the New Day for such a long time, where maybe he wasn't able to showcase so much of his work on a single basis. D-Trade wrote, hey, I'm with you. I hate short title runs too. Thank you. Thank you. D. McElroy also says, I'm wondering, how are they going to determine the #1 contender? Who knows? We'll go from there, I guess. And Alejandro says, I like how Kofi wins, and he says we're all the champions, the New Day. Yeah, it was a very, very fun show, guys. No, not fun show. Rephrase that. Fun match. It was a very fun match, guys, and I think that because we were able to see Kofi shine in this new light, that we're going to be a lot more excited, and therefore a birth and a more exciting opportunity, I guess you can say. All right, that's not making sense. But the point is that good job for Kofi. Part of me, not gonna lie, guys, I kind of felt bad for Mustafa Ali and all of this, because imagine you have this match, you have this opportunity, and then unfortunately, because of circumstances out of your control, you have to be taken off the match. And then somebody comes and replaces you and literally becomes like the highlight. That kind of sucks, right? I think that kind of sucks. So I do kind of feel bad for Mustafa Ali in that regard, but then again, he's an incredible talent, so that he's definitely going to have another moment. And Kofi Kingston, what did they say, 11 years? This moment had to come for him as well, too. So a lot of excitement in that last match, guys. Alejandro says, I think at Mania, Seth versus Brock, I feel like Roman will come back and help his brother. I don't know. I don't know that. I mean, it's not like if Roman is out with an injury, you know, he's out with something that's, you know, not something that we can say, oh, he's going to be back around this time, or he's just going to be out for 6 months. So I think that's very, very hard to say or see coming, you know? But I gotta say, I'm definitely more looking forward to Becky, Ronda, or the three-way than I am to Seth versus Brock Lesnar, which literally says a lot, guys. A lot. Okay, and then D. McElroy says AJ doesn't need the title match at the moment. Exactly, he doesn't. He can have as many great opportunities, as many great other matches without the belt. He's AJ Styles, guys. He's AJ Styles. So there you go. Alright, any final thoughts, guys? Please drop your comments below here in the chat, because I'm almost about to end it. I already went through the whole main card. So if you guys want to add anything else, please let me know. So yeah. Buenas, Garza Jr., Tijuana, BC, WWE. Hello there. So yeah, guys, I had a lot of fun. Okay, Marcus Ryan says, I wouldn't mind seeing AJ versus Orton. No, definitely not. And actually, AJ Styles, AJ Styles, I believe, said that one of his favorite people to work with was Orton. And a lot of people have said that about Randy Orton, that he's like their favorite opponent, because he's literally always in the right position, and he's so easy to work with, etc. D-Train also says, you know, I have to agree with you, the women's match is the most interesting match on the card. Exactly, for the upcoming WrestleMania show. Alright, guys, so pretty much that was my stream for today for WWE Elimination Chamber. I want to thank each and every single one of you guys that came into the stream to hang out with me. We almost did close to an hour, so yay! So yeah, I wanted to say one more thing. Alright. As I mentioned earlier, my camera should be here between the 21st and the 26th, so I'm really, really hoping to get some more videos up and running. So guys, please stay tuned for some upcoming videos, and then I will be back, guys, for the next pay-per-view. Fastlane is what, March 10th, guys? March 10th? Someone want to give me the actual date on that? That's embarrassing. I should have that date, right? It's embarrassing. March 10th, right? Alright, someone tell me, because I don't have it on the calendar. Alright, either way, I will be back for Fastlane, and then after that, I will be doing, the next big show after that will be WrestleMania. What do you call it? For WrestleMania, guys, I don't know how the schedule's going to work, because I will be at WrestleMania, guys. I will be in New York, but my plan is to either do the after show my review show here either after the show or Monday when I arrive back in Los Angeles, because I will be arriving in Los Angeles fairly early. But I don't know yet, but I will be doing a recap show from New York, or for WrestleMania, I mean. So yeah. Alright guys, that's pretty much my my live stream for today. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I really, really hoped you enjoyed this. Again, if you did, do not forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys here for Fastlane. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at _Denise Salcedo. If you guys watched the show, let me know on Twitter, because I always get excited to hear your guys' feedback. Tell your friends about me if you guys enjoyed it, and then that's about it. If you guys watched this on replay, don't forget to subscribe, leave your comment, share your thoughts. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know. Alright guys, thank you guys so much, and I will let you guys go and have a wonderful night. Bye guys.